Welcome to Sherlock Holmes, Chapter 1, which starts with a very sexy man lying on the floor. I genuinely have no idea sort of how well this game's going to run. There we go. Sorry, I just fiddled with some of the settings. Okay. Hello, welcome to Sherlock Holmes. This is a detective them-up, because I really want to play a detective game. And based off the music, it sounds pretty good. Now, there was a little disclaimer that came up before we hit the main menu, so if anyone's going to have any problems in later videos, that's up to them. But basically the disclaimer says that it's a period piece. Obviously, races and ethnicities were treated differently in the past, and so rather than pretend it didn't happen, they're going to show it as it is, sort of was, sort of thing. It's wrong, but that's going to be in it. I thought I'd draw attention to that almost, just so we know. And I'm going to press new game and hope I figure it out. A mother's love. Ask the receptionist about my room. Quick thing I will say as well. There may or may not be a webcam. It's sort of anything goes right now for that webcam. I've got it in a different software. If it's not recorded, then fuck. Right, add a sip. Press any button to continue. I believe it's a boat.
Ginger, that's what you need. A mouthful of the good stuff and you'll see the back of any seasickness.
Thank you for your support, John. Don't suppose you actually brought any ginger?
No, I don't get seasick.
Terrific.
Don't worry, Sherry. We've almost arrived at Cordona. I can see land through the porthole.
So much for docking by tea time. The captain seemed more interested in his maids than in his maps.
Oh, is Sherlock grumpy? Cheer up. We're back where we grew up. It's exciting. What's changed? What's the same?
Ugh. I'm starting to question whether the weeks-long journey was worth it. Travelling all this way, enduring this indignity simply to visit a grave. Even if it is my mother's.
Ah, that's just Mycroft's nonsense, still rattling around in your head. Try to forget what he said. I have.
I believe it was that this is a performative farce, a feeble excuse to avoid responsibilities, and that there was nothing to be gained from it.
You needed to do this. Enough of the self-pity and doubt. So we're a little late. What of it? We'll retire to the hotel and visit her in the morning. It'll be worth it.
Thank you, John.
And if you want to notify the captain's wife of his indiscretions, I will not stand in your way.
Ah, at last. I'm quite ready to get off this cursed boat.
Come on. We'll go together.
So there's Sherlock and John visiting his mother's grave at a land of zeppelins.
Hey, Sherry. Come on, catch up.
So I'm playing Sherry, aka Sherlock. So this is to interact, have a look around, fair. Left mouse button is to interact with objects, and was sad is to move. Alright, so we've got a pretty nice sort of look at the area. Got a little bit of frame drops. I'm just going to fiddle with some settings in this area just to make sure I stay at around 60 FPS, because obviously some games are off. There we go, that's a bit more stable for me. And I barely see a difference. Hello, good sir! What a nice top hat you've got in there. Do you mind if I borrow some of your smoke? Secondhand's the way I smoke it. Hello! Sorry, I'm going to go and oogle or ogle a statue. Interesting. Anyway, let's, can I interact with, John? Hello?
Sherlock, don't get lost in this huge garden. Follow the sound of my voice.
What?
Sherlock, don't get lost in this huge garden. Follow the sound of my voice.
Follow the sound of my voice. It's a garden this big, yeah. Okay, alright, fair.
Welcome to Il Palazzo Deluso, sir. If you need something, sir, please inquire at reception.
Oh, thanks, mate. I have no idea what this is. It could be a mixture of a shooter based on how my belt's going. But I thought it'd be interesting to give it a go.
Welcome to Il Palazzo Deluso, sir. We just need your signature.
Okay, hello. Let me sign.
Ah, Mr. Holmes. Yes, we have room 221 prepared for you. I see it was reserved for 2 people. Would you like a second key?
Oh, no, I think we'll stick together.
Very good. Rooms are upstairs, sir. Welcome to Cordona.
Hurry up, Sherlock. I want to see our room. I hope there's a balcony with a view.
Hello.
Your room is upstairs, sir.
Number 221. I quite like the way everyone's speaking. It's making me want to bring out my posher accent. Good evening, sir. Hello, what a spiffing day. Ooh, shrimp. And under the stairs. Alright, let's go upstairs then. Room 221. That's what I am looking for. 222, 221. There it is. I'm surprised I found it that quickly.
I apologise, sir, but your room is not yet ready. Perhaps, in the meantime, you would like to relax in the foyer? Tonight, the restaurant is offering a complimentary marlin ceviche to all our guests.
Let's check what they have on offer.
A marlin ceviche.
Perhaps, in the
I presume
meantime,
marlin
you
the
would like
fish.
To relax in the foyer? Tonight, the restaurant is offering a complimentary marlin ceviche to all our guests.
Is this the ceviche? It is!
Sherry, just our luck.
Mmm, lukewarm fish. Hello, mister.
If seafood's not to your taste, everyone loves Benedict's batch. Our poached eggs with hollandaise sauce.
Thanks, mate. What's this? The incredible Luca Celici, friend of the spirits.
A medium, John. Haven't we been through this already?
Come on, it's not like we've got anything better to do.
Oh, someone who sketches. Interesting.
Excuse me, sir, but I believe Mr. Galici is conducting a seance.
Oh, Galici.
Perhaps you'd care to have your portrait drawn while you wait? Why? Pardon me? Why should I sit for a portrait? Sir, it's art. It doesn't need a why. It is its own justification. All things require justification, be they objects, systems, or beliefs. How about art as the lens through which we see the truth of the world? That's backward. Truth is not subjective and not complicated. It's just the truth. It either is or it isn't. You do not need a lens to see it, just an open mind. Ha! That seems rather close-minded. Truth, like beauty, is in the eye of the beholder. So tell me, what do you see? Mediocrity.
I'm guessing Sherlock's a bit of a dick then.
Come now, Sherry. What did he do to deserve that? The servant mentioned ceviche at the bar, Sherry. You should grab us some, and I'll find us a table. I'm starving.
I kind of feel bad, because I've just pissed off an artist, but also at the same time, I'm Sherlock Holmes. It's what I do. Right, ceviche at the bar then. Hello, fish.
Okay, time to check if John found us a nice table for the evening.
Okay, let's find a table. Where is John? Oh, he's over there. Hello.
Sherry, I'm over here with my new Ursine companion.
Your new Ursine companion? What?
What are you waiting for? Put the dish down so we can tuck in.
Cordona's even quieter than I remembered. It's going to be a long evening.
Ah, come now, Sherry. What say we amuse ourselves with a little game?
Oh, what do you have in mind?
What were you thinking? Oh, promise me it isn't nonsense. After being cooped up on that boat, I am itching for activity.
No. As you can see, someone left a cane on our table. I simply thought you could identify its owner.
Oh.
So it is nonsense. It'll take me a minute, John, at most.
Well then, you can deliver it to him as well.
Why should I return it?
Deliver it to him. Then what are the staff here for? Aesthetics?
Stubborn, Sherry, too stubborn. You wanted something to do.
Slapping oneself in the face is also something to do. That doesn't make it worthwhile. But all right, let me take a look.
Okay, it's time to deduce. I just want to check my audio is still recording, so give me a second. Quick tab out. Audio still recording. Good. Right. Oh, we're in deduction mode. Okay. Well, the handle's engraved.
The cane is made of ebony. It's worn uncared for and bears the scars of numerous hits.
Interesting. Wait, I'm not expecting the wine.
The cane is made of ebony. It's worn uncared for and bears the scars of numerous hits.
It's got an onion?
A crest depicting a bulb of garlic in a meadow. Perhaps the Fielding family or Meadows. Or Craven, from the Old English name meaning garlic place.
Right, and the top is...
The hand grip is a head of a golden Javanese statue, probably stolen from a temple. The dents suggest it has been used as a bludgeon. This cane is an expensive and ostentatious weapon. Its owner must be vain, volatile, and of noble English blood.
Right.
With you, Sherry. Let's return it to its owner.
So we found the cane belongs
I
to
hope
a
you noted down your
dickhead.
observations in your casebook. But how are you going to find this nobleman?
The cane itself is not enough. I may have to ask other guests if they saw who was here.
Okay, Sherlock can ask bystanders about evidence. Press C to open the casebook, X to pin the evidence, and then speak to someone. Try it with the cane. Okay, so C is the casebook. Hello. Oh, wow, we even have a mind palace. Ooh. Casebook. A mother's love. Right. The lost cane. The cane is made of ebony. Blah, blah, blah. John wants me to find its owner. Pin the evidence. There we go. What's this other stuff? We've got a table, and we want to meet a medium. Okay. So, let's ask this person about it. Hello.
Pardon, monsieur, but I am not in the mood to talk.
Right. Upper right-hand corner is the accessory of the British Nobleman.
May I ask you something?
Friend, you're lucky there is something I know about this.
There were three... so it will appear with what they've got to say. Okay. There were 3 people at the table, a couple and a retired Navy officer. Observers weren't sure what happened to the couple, but the Navy officer was seen going out to the front garden for some air.
Well, even with your keen senses, Sherry, I doubt you'll find the cane's owner on your first try.
And would you be confident enough to bet on it, my friend?
Why not? Let's see how good you really are.
Ooh. Press Q to concentrate and reveal details to identify your target. Oh. Albanian lawyer. Irish noble. German lawyer. Oh my god, that's so cool. John doesn't have any. French noble. A Welsh pharmacist. Maybe she would be good. Don't forget to pin relevant details with some clues. Try to find the form and name. Right, so I open the casebook and I'll pin details. Right, so John's betted that I can't prove who it is on the first try. So I'm going to try and find the couple first. Hello.
Are you able to help me?
I'm so sorry. I can't help you, sir.
Okay, so there was a couple, so I will look for a couple. Crimean clerk. Servant. A lot of people here afraid of heights. Was beaten recently. Excuse me. Hi.
Excuse me, just one question.
I cannot be of help, sir. Someone else might know better.
Why were you beaten? Okay. Let's go this way then. We're looking for our English noble. Could be this man. No, he's Swedish. He's French. Ha. You might have seen something.
May I ask you something?
I would never refuse a nobleman. But I know nothing, sir.
Okay. Try to find the former Navy officer. He said he was outside. I'd guess that's him there. No, he's a Greek diplomat. Okay. And an Italian clerk. Is it this guy? No. He gone outside for some air. Kurd singer. Crimean teacher. Right. Okay, so maybe it's not here. Where else can people go outside? Not here. That's a staircase that leads up. So maybe there's a way out over here that I've missed. That would make sense. Hey.
Are you able to help me?
I have nothing to hide, sir, but I've never heard of this.
We need to find the former Navy officer who went out into the front garden. I need to ask someone about it. It's a former Navy person, but it's someone who's British. Hey.
Not that one, huh? You lost the bet, Sherry, but don't let that stop your search for the Navy officer.
Wait, no! No! I was going to ask him about it. I didn't think I was accusing him. Oh, bollocks. Well, you're a No, you're friendly. It's someone who wouldn't be friendly. You have a sympathetic...
May I ask you something?
My dear fellow, you're talking to the right man.
So he is it, because he's got previous military. I'm really pissed off with that, because I was going to ask it... Oh, right. The Navy officer, Mr. Rose, was sitting at a table with the noble couple. The men talked about yachting. The lady was fidgeting with the cane. Perhaps she put it aside. Her husband forgot to take it when they went to meet the medium.
Hey, Sherry, don't we now have the perfect excuse to visit the seance?
We do.
I'm just going to give the cane to its owner. You will not persuade me to take part in this show.
The fashion that we've got on right now, I kind of dig. But anyway, let's go to the seance then. John, you have some amazing teleporting abilities, and it kind of freaks me out. Let's go in.
This hotel, this island, it's full of thieves. First my cane, now the diamond. Take your hands off me! Do you even know who I am? Hey, boy! That's my cane!
I get that a lot. It's a very common design.
What? No, that's a custom-made.
A joke. A joke. It was left at my table in the restaurant. I thought it deserved to be returned.
Well, I'll be... It is rare to encounter a straight-fingered true penny these days. What a gentleman. But I must ask, how did you know I was the rightful owner?
Because you're a dickhead. It's an alcoholic. He's rich and fashionable. He's got the crest on his ring. He's also got bloody knuckles. He's a bored British noble. Okay, so I've got two choices based on this to decide. So judging by the heraldic emblem on his signet ring and cane, I can be fairly certain this man is Lord Craven, a bored rich English nobleman who travels squandering his money. This man is Lord Craven, a noble Englishman in the habit of visiting resorts to receive treatment for his liver malady. See, I wouldn't say that's a liver malady. Swollen reddish skin to me is alcohol. He has problems with alcohol over... Yeah. Red knuckles, you presume that he takes boxing lessons. Being constantly drunk, he has issues with his temper. He's a bored British nobleman. That is my confirmed. Judging by that, his florid face means that he's got problems with alcohol. He's still physically strong and healthy, but in a few years' time, he'll be wretched. Being constantly drunk, he has issues with his temper. His red knuckles reveal that he's been He has severely beaten at least one person quite recently. His anger issues mixed with alcohol make him a violent person.
Simple deduction. Your cane told me everything I needed to know. I was after a strong, middle-aged man with a keen interest in adventure, noble blood, and affection for strong drink. And if one were to go further, one may even be able to extrapolate your name from your heraldic symbol, Lord Craven.
Marvelous. Simply marvelous. That's me, Lord Andrew Craven. You are the real medium. You hear that, Emma? Well, you found my cane. Perhaps you can locate my diamond, too.
Oh!
Yes, you should do it. It will be child's play for you, Mr.
Holmes. And if a child can do it, then I'm sure the local police can suffice.
The police? Why bother? I know this harlequin stole it. The only question is, where is it hidden? Fine. Give me my stick and I'll resolve the matter myself. This thief almost confessed after a single punch.
I suspect a beating may result in answers of questionable veracity. Fine. I shall spare you and he the trouble if you first answer me this.
Tell me about the diamond.
How does a priceless diamond become the subject of a seance? It is an unusual accoutrement.
Emma wished to speak with its former owners. My grandfather told us it belonged to a Rajah, an Indian king.
So you were summoning long-dead Indian royalty, and, pray tell, you were expecting him to converse in English?
To be frank, Mr. Holmes, I don't believe in ghosts. But Emma was fascinated by the idea of meeting a real king, even a dead one.
Okay.
Well, a crown is a crown. Can you describe the stone itself?
A yellow diamond, not less than 100 carats, and perfectly egg-shaped. There is not another like it.
Okay, yellow egg diamond.
You insist the medium robbed you during the seance. But what occurred exactly?
Ah! It was a dirty trick. We were sitting here in the dark, chanting and holding hands, as expected. Then something began to appear from the medium, like a cloud or a bubble. The swindler called it ectoplasm.
Smoke.
Yes, common in the spiritualist trade, and quite the spectacle.
Indeed, perhaps too much. My beloved Emma screamed in horror, and I stood to defend her, attacking that cursed ghost.
How brave.
But my hand hit nothing. The medium jumped away from me, and Emma fainted. I lit the candle, and the diamond was gone.
I'm going to look around.
Stay here, and don't touch anything. I'm going to investigate further.
Don't fret, I'll be keeping a close eye on this thief.
Okay. My immediate thoughts? The wife's got it. Or something like that. Because it would never be the first one. I also like how... And this is just a personal thing now that I am going to say. Something... When I say personal, something that's interesting. John playing the piano as we entered made me think one thing, and one thing alone. That perhaps John isn't real. He might be a ghost. Or not necessarily a ghost, but part of Sherlock's own brain. Okay.
Ooh, I love the ambience. Nice and creepy.
And the reason I say that is the room was booked for 2 people. He didn't need another key. John was inside playing the piano. He was outside and back inside relatively quickly. And he's always in the corner of the room. If I've pulled this out of my hat early, I'm on point for being a good fucking detective. Let's see what we got. Concentration help you pick up smaller details in the world around you. Ah, I see. An oval groove. So that's where it was.
Placed on the table so that all participants could reach it.
Okay. Glass.
There are light traces of rouge on the edge of this wine glass.
Been spilt. What is that?
This must be the ectoplasm. Too bad there's not enough for a proper chemical analysis.
Ectoplasm. The ghost was here, Sherry.
What's this? Yeah, that.
This brooch is old and cheap, but the moth design has its charms.
I think I just stole the brooch, but okay.
Half a glass of Balblair scotch and the remains of a poor Laranaga cigar. What else does a gentleman need?
Interesting. So I've checked that whole scene. You.
Thank you for helping us resolve the situation, sir.
This chair is
This hefty
broken.
chair has nearly broken after hitting the wall. Could one man even lift it?
At Cambridge, I was captain of the rugby team. It was no place for weaklings.
Interesting. This door opens outwards. Let's see what I can find. What's over here? A mirror.
Was this covered on purpose?
Of course. It is very dangerous to leave a mirror exposed during a seance. The spirits may become enraged.
Or someone may notice the trick they should not see.
Like the thing under the table. The bag under the table.
I wonder what this mirror could have witnessed.
The bag under the table. How do I... Perhaps if I use my intuition out here? Disorientated. Barely conscious. Interesting.
Quite a display for the tremulous visitor.
How can you not love this stuff, Sherry? It adds so much atmosphere to the room.
Yeah, I'm convinced. He's not real! He's not real! Okay, anyway. You.
What happened here?
I don't know. The ghost. I summoned it as usual, but then it all went wrong. The lady screamed and pointed at Lord Craven. And there was a shadow. Such a mystical force. It terrified the lady. And it must have taken the diamond. Who else could have?
Was there white stuff on his neck?
Do you feel the presence of any
You see what I mean?
supernatural entities at the moment?
Are you joking, sir? My nose is broken, this maniac wants to kill me, and you're asking about the spirits?
I suppose this can wait. I will investigate, and the culprit will be identified.
But the stubborn brute Lord Craven blames me right now. As if I could do something like that. Perhaps you can reason with him? Please?
Seems like you're ready to delve into your mind palace, Sherry. I'm sure you'll make some good deductions.
It's time to check out the Mind Palace indeed. It's the white stuff on this guy's neck I want to look at. Look at that. You see? Either he's got psoriasis or something's going on there. Can I talk to the barely conscious twat?
Pale skin, quickened pulse, unsteady breathing. She's barely conscious. The feebleness of women.
Okay, a little bit out there. Right, all the evidence is collected into the casebook. So, there was a holder where the diamond was kept, a cigar butt and whiskey glass were on the table. Nearest the main door, opposite the window, a glass of wine had been partially spilled. A chair was thrown aside with great force. That chair being thrown aside makes me think someone out here might have stolen the diamond. But there is only one person. A honey plotters. Angie looks like the old man is losing it. His beehives are being ransacked. Meet me on the docks at noon. Okay, I found another note to do with something else. I'm curious. Hey. You got anything to show? Either he's... Because I'm thinking someone must have come in, pushed the chair out the way, and then tried to stash something here. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. This is... I'm running through options in my head before I go into my casebook properly. Right, it says go to the Mind Palace. We'll do that in a minute. Testimony, Craven's testimony. Done that. Good. Mother's love. John's bet. I failed that. I'm so annoyed about that. Okay, fine. To the Mind Palace. Goes to the past. This is the case. Lady Craven faced the window. During the seance, Lady Craven's place was at the table opposite a window to the courtyard. Okay. Luca owns a pin in the shape of a moth. Doesn't really do anything. The lady pointed across the table. So with those two put together, something must have been outside the window. She saw someone in the courtyard during the seance. Yes, I was right. So if I go to the cake's book, someone in the courtyard, and then pin this evidence...
It seems there may have been an unexpected visitor outside the window.
Ah, I hope it was the ghost of the Raja.
Let me go outside and have a chat with this Scottish man then about it. Although, what's this on the floor outside? Something is stuck and recently scratched. It's a heel. It's a female boot. It's a heel off a female shoe. For sure, certain. I pressed E and it tried to take out a camera.
This looks recent. A shoe with a broken heel will surely leave scratches. All right, John. Do you think a ghost could leave this footprint?
I'm reserving judgment. Use your keen eye to follow the trail.
John's not real. John's not real. I like this. I like this. This is a unique take. I'll take it. Who's missing a heel? Oh, do you see the scratch? Where's the scratches? Went into here. Aha! The shoe.
Size 4 with a broken heel. Size 4 with a broken heel.
Right, so I found the shoe. That means I'm looking for someone with one shoe. That looks like that. Track someone's movements, first pin the relevant evidence to the screen, then enter concentration mode. So yeah, it was to here. This was the definitive movement. Is there anything? Ah, there's that.
All the maids in the hotel wear this exact shoe.
Shit. So it was a maid.
Definitely not the ghost of a Raja. Unless... No, what a shame.
Our witness was a nosy maid. Searching the entire hotel could be difficult. Perhaps the other maids can help us find her.
Indeed. It might be a good idea. Let's have a chat with you then, madam.
Is this familiar to you?
You look like an honorable man. I have some information for you.
The staff said that Lucia got a scolding from the chief steward for wearing common shoes at work. Upstairs, cleaning near the pictures. Where's the paintings? Ah, here's some paintings. Hello, mister.
May I ask for your assistance?
You seen a maid?
Excuse me? What? I'm not sure I know.
Okay, right, wrong paintings. Her, maybe? It will be her, yeah. You! Oh, actually, hold on.
This painting looks authentic, but it's just a talented imitation.
It's still a nice painting.
Finally, there you are. One would think a maid would be easy to find in this place.
I'm sorry, sir. Do you need more towels?
No. You are the maid who saw the ghost in the seance room, yes?
How did you know?
Simple. You changed shoes after breaking a heel while fleeing the scene.
I'm sorry, sir, but if I may ask, who are you?
I'm a writer.
I'm a novelist documenting the supernatural and those who witness it. Now, should you take a starring role in the tale, I will need your name.
Oh my, a book? And you want to include me? I'm Lucia Saletta.
Something went wrong during the seance, Lucia, but no one will tell me what happened. You would be a valuable interview if you were there.
I was, and I saw everything with my own eyes.
She's willing. Great, what did you see?
Describe what happened during the seance.
A lady and two gentlemen were sitting at a table, touching their hands to something. The medium started to whisper and chant, and a ghost appeared.
A ghost? You're confident?
It was unearthly, sir. It grew from the medium's chest, a glowing cloud or a bubble. I pressed
bubble?
closer against the window to see better.
And the lady saw you?
How did you... Yes. She screamed and pointed, so I hurried to escape, and I broke my heel. But I did see the ghost. A sickly, evil thing.
So she screamed because of that. I think the ghost was a balloon.
And that's all you can tell me? Did you see any of what happened next?
The medium, Mr. Galici, he was doing something with the ghost. He grabbed at it like he was trying to catch it. And then I ran.
I suppose I should be grateful you endured these horrors for such a long time. All right, I have your account memorized. Good day.
You lied to the poor girl, Sherry. What a tease. She'll dream about being a character of that book. Surely a pleasant dream is better than no dream at all, John. Oh, let's get back to the crime scene. I always love seeing you explain simple things to simpletons.
I love this because it's not John, it's another part of Sherlock. I quite like it. How interesting. Anyway, let's go back to the seance room and continue.
Lady Craven retired to her room to rest. Lord Craven remained here until the staff reported that the medium was locked in his room.
Okay. So what is this? We're going to sit down and... With enough clues, Sherlock can use imagination to reconstruct the past. Okay. Oh, and we play as John for that because John's not real. Oh, I love this! This is so nice! Right. Oh no, I've put her in the wrong place. Let's put her here. No, I want the lady here. Give me the lady here. She screams. He throws the chair. The medium is here. There we go, because then the chair ends up over there. The medium gets a bloody face, and she's looking out the window. Yeah. Validate.
It all began when the lady screamed and pointed at the window. Lord Craven jumped up, ready to face anything, ghost or human. The medium shrank back in dismay. He was not expecting such a reaction and had to quickly hide the ghost.
Hence the white thing on his neck.
The only one left touching the diamond, at least until she fainted.
Amazing. It's like you saw it with your own eyes, sir.
Oh, I forgot that you were here. I guess I should discuss all of this with Lady Craven.
The Cravens are upstairs in room 226. It is one of our finest suites.
If the lady was touching a diamond, then she would have felt the ghost take it. What do you think it felt like, Sherry? A jellyfish?
I quite like this. I really like this. Oh my. I've fallen in love with a game. Right. Let me open my case then. When the spirit appeared, there was chaos. Lady Craven screamed, pointed away from the spirit towards the window. Craven distracted, blah, blah, blah. Should talk to her. 226. That's the evidence I want pinned. Right. Let's go have a chat with her, shall we? I think 226 is on the other side of the hotel. My bad. That's 5, and there's 6 right there. Okay.
Lady Craven is not who she seems. Remember her behaviour in the hall.
She's not who she seems? What on earth do you mean by that?
Lady Craven is not...
So what actions aroused by Lady Craven did? Lots of guests this summer. That's useless. Was on the lookout? Yeah. Son's bad acquaintances? No. Price is rising? No. Cannot use a fish night? No. Made her husband drunk? No? I think I did it wrong. Okay, let's try again.
Lady Craven is not...
So we have to, like, toss away phrases that are shit. Cannot use a fish knife. That's crap. Price is rising? Crap. Lots of guests? Crap. Was on the lookout? No. Son's bad acquaintances? Chef steals food. She made her husband drunk. Maybe she didn't make her husband drunk.
Lady Craven is not who she's...
She was on the lookout for her son's bad acquaintances. Oh my god, I'm an idiot. She was on the lookout for her son's bad acquaintances. I'm so confused as to how I'm doing this. Maybe I should go and
Lady
put all the
Craven is
things
not
together. Try to filter out useless chatter. Okay. Cannot use a fish knife. The chef steals food. Was on the lookout. Lots of guests? No. Price is rising? No. Made a husband drunk? No. Son's bad acquaintances. Why is that crossing that out? John's diary. Honey plotter? Interesting. Mine palace? Let's look in the mine palace. Okay. So I need to try and figure out how to fucking do this. Gossip can help you investigate a case, or even discover a new one. So don't hesitate to eavesdrop on people when you hear an icon. Right, okay, fuck it, let's try. What actions by Lady Craven aroused suspicion in the maids? She did something in the hallway. Lots of guesses, summer, no. Son's bad acquaintances? No. Made her husband drunk? No. Price is rising again? No. Chef steals food? So the chef stealing food was useless. I think the ones with circles are right.
Lady Craven is not...
Price is rising again. Son's bad acquaintances? No. Husband drunk? Yes. Chef stealing food? No. Cannot use a fish knife? Lost a guess. Was on the lookout. What is the X?
Did you catch that, Sherry? I didn't. Better listen more closely.
Lady Craven is not who she seems.
Oh my god! Right. Son's bad acquaintances. Price is rising again. Made her husband drunk. Cannot use a fish knife. What the fuck? Apparently she can't use a fish knife. I overheard two staff members talking about Lady Craven. They gossiped that the woman may not be the wife of Lord Craven by their observations. She was on the lookout during the evening while trying to get Lord Craven drunk. They also noticed she was unsure how to use a fish knife, which a lady would be able to use. Ah, okay. That actually makes sense. So she's trying to get him drunk. Surely he'd notice if his wife has been replaced. A broken glass. Is that a knife? Ah, fuck.
You're here, at last. I didn't do that. I swear, I found her this way.
Well, I did have some questions for her, but it seems I've arrived too late. Now it's a matter for the police.
Mr. Holmes, you said it yourself. They're children. They'll only make things worse. You promised me you would investigate.
Investigate a theft, not a murder. Fear not. I will tell them all I've uncovered.
Please, help me. The police will surely accuse me of Emma's death. You are the only one who can find the truth.
Appeal to his ego. Go on.
Fine, but only because it's slightly more interesting than the walls of my room. Tell me what happened.
Look, after you left, I waited in the seance room until the servants locked up Mr. Gallici, the medium.
Was Emma with you?
And was your mistress there too?
Oh, so you know? I suppose I shouldn't be surprised. Regardless, the staff took Emma to her room. She was still feeling dizzy.
So you didn't follow her. Interesting.
Where's the medium?
Is Mr. Gallici still being held? And where did the servants secure him?
He's in room 225. But that pigeon-livered man at the reception desk refused to give me the key.
Well, I will have to visit reception myself then. Perhaps he will listen to reason.
Interesting. Where'd you go next?
Where did you go instead?
To the bar. It had been almost an hour.
I see. And how long did you stay?
I partook of a well-earned whiskey or two before retiring upstairs. Ask anyone there.
Now we arrive at the tragedy at hand.
What did you do?
So what transpired after your detour to the bar?
I headed up to my room to find Emma on the bed. I didn't pay her much attention at first. I was still preoccupied with that damned medium. But when I realized she was silent, I drew closer and discovered she was dead. What's more, the diamond lay right there beside her.
Oh, well, that is splendid news.
Splendid? The return of the diamond will be cold comfort if I live out my days in a jail cell. You must help me.
Let me see what I can find.
Barely an hour has passed and you already have yourself a murder mystery, Sherlock. Why am I not surprised?
Right. Okay, there's quite a lot going on here. Let's unpin the evidence I've got. Let's see what we can do. First things first is this. That looks like these seem to be
Remarkably simple lock.
connected rooms. That was my first thought. Connected rooms. I don't like the guy, but I don't have to like him. What's this?
Sard Rouge Calomel Mascara, a real altar of beauty for the travelling temptress.
And a box with a false bottom. Yes.
Aha. A neat hiding place. Why would she conceal all of this?
Because she's a thief.
This ring looks out of place among the others, and the design is familiar.
Wait, it's a moth. Why is there a moth?
Several £1,000s, that's quite a fortune.
She's a thief, I think. Or something. And the moth links the seance guy to her. And the seance guy killed her. The way she's facing as well. She's facing the door. And this is an adjoining room key. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Interesting indeed. Let's have a look at her. She's dead. Why is her hand out? Her bag's been gone through as well.
Everything was tipped out of the bed as if it was searched.
Yes. Hands open, that's fine. The diamond is left, possibly because the guy who killed her didn't want the diamond.
This must be the missing diamond. A tremendous specimen, now forever tainted.
Let's see, she was strangled for sure.
Strangled with bare hands, judging by the bruises.
I think she stole the stone.
It's certainly possible, but we won't get her confession now.
Well, there is a professional medium right next door.
Interesting. Let's look at the hand again. So I think perhaps she stole the stone. But the man was trying to get back this moth ring instead. Why? Let's explore the room. Lord Craven, you promised me compensation for your gross misconduct. In order to cover the cost of my treatment, yeah, I've not received a penny. Forced to ignore me, I'll appeal to the court. Interesting. Wine on the floor, knife out. The cane is here. He's a brute. He is. But I don't think he's guilty. Dear sir, I have to inform you that the theft investigation regarding the stolen ring. Hello. I have to inform you that the theft investigation continues. However, the ring has not yet been found. We have had to free Elo Dupont, the servant, as we were unable to find evidence of his participation in the crime. I need to ask him about that.
Someone was not happy with his post.
And he's torn stuff up.
Someone was not happy with his post.
Right, okay. The ring. The stolen ring. Pin that and talk to him. Yeah. Hello. This.
Stop wasting time. The murderer is getting away.
Okay, how do I... No, this.
Do you recognize this ring?
Should I? It's a third-rate piece if ever I've seen one. I'd never buy something like this.
Did you ever see Miss Emma wearing it?
No. And why should she? I gave her enough jewelry that she could wear a superior ring every day of the week.
Interesting. So there's a stolen ring letter. Apparently I can also change what I'm wearing. Oh my lord, there's lots of things I can wear. Oh, and different facial hair. And I can make... Oh god, sorry. I've just learnt this fashion. Okay, back to this. There's a ring with moth design. Lord Craven doesn't recognise it. Interesting. His explanation makes sense. The door between the rooms has a cheap lock. Let's look at Ghost of the Past here. The moth pin and the moth ring. There's got to be something there. What's our deduction? Luke and Emma have met before. They were working together to steal. But she screamed when she saw someone else getting away with the... Well, she saw someone else getting into it. Oh, they were working together. Okay. The murderer left... Whoever killed Emma left the diamond beside her body. Lord Craven caught Emma with the stone. I think the murderer left her with that, but I can always change it back. I think the murderer left her with the diamond because the diamond was out there. I need to go and check on the other room. We're not ready yet. I need the key to the other room. Let's unpin this evidence quickly. I've gained more evidence, but my deductions have to be sound, so I will go back over and double check them so I make sure they're not wrong. That is important. Hey.
Give me the key to Luca Galici's room. I need to talk to him about the events of the seance.
I suppose you are an impartial outsider. All right, but please do not give it to Lord Craven. We do not want to see our reputation damaged further.
Awkward. You still don't know what a nasty surprise awaits upstairs.
Hush. No need to cause another ruckus. The last thing we want is the police to come meddling.
Okay, so back up we go. And we'll go into the opposing room. Wait, is that Arthur Conan Doyle?
Those are the sharp eyes of a man with a bright mind. Almost like mine.
That might be Arthur Conan Doyle. I don't know what his name is. The guy who wrote Sherlock originally. I know he looked like that. Hi! Tut, tut, tut. The lock is here. Interesting. Okay, one step at a time. Dear Luca, I hope you'll have time to visit our estate and perform another seance. Since I was last able to speak to my husband through you, I feel that my life's changed completely. Right, okay, a letter of invitation.
A familiar substance. It's the ectoplasm that stained the seance table, but this time, there's enough for analysis.
Maybe we can analyse it then. Some clues can be examined with chemical analysis. Highlight the evidence marked and press E to start my analysis. Okay, I'll have a look at the table first.
Tools and accessories for masterful prestidigitation.
For lies.
Or weapons and defences against visitors from the great beyond.
What's in here?
Do you always travel with your books, Mr. Galici?
I do. In my line of work, one needs resources available to help deal with the unpredictable and unworldly.
Bilge, balderdash, and baloney, the lot of them.
Interesting. Let's analyze the goop. There's a rather big crease in the rug here. Interesting. Anyway, let's do ectoplasm and do chemical analysis on this. Oh my! Right. Right, so we combine things to get the compound. Okay. So, 3 and 2. That'll do it, right? There we go. Hey, okay, I do get how this works. That's quite fun. The relation shows it's a rubber latex mixed with phosphorus. Okay, so that's not really that useful. Let's ask about the letter regarding a stolen
My faith
ring.
in this medium has burst, just like a rubber balloon.
Hey.
I'm afraid I can wait no longer to hear your account of the seance, Mr. Galici. So please, tell me what you saw.
Lady Craven wanted to meet the spirit of the Raja. My conjuration was successful. Perhaps even too successful. I am sure the spirit was the only one who could have taken the diamond. Lord Craven needs to leave me alone.
Do you think the police will believe you?
It's the white stuff on his neck again.
I didn't take anything. And spiritual phenomena are beyond their control. Or should I summon the ghost again so they may attempt to handcuff it?
I think I would prefer to begin my investigation in the physical realm.
Right, I need to disprove his bollocks first. Let's observe him, though. Because that thing on his neck is driving me insane. What is that? He used a lot of makeup. Took a heavy blow. Yeah. Skinny, seems malnourished, so he doesn't eat a lot. There's a claw mark on his hand. Interesting. Fresh scrapes. Let's have a look at your fingernails. No, you're trained in sleight of hands. He's a former thief. Yeah, he's a former thief. He uses makeup to hide possible previous tattoos. That would make sense. What illness from malnourishment? I don't think he's got an illness from malnourishment. I think he's a little skinny shit. He's lean and appears malnourished. His nose is bleeding from a heavy punch. His hands and fingers are delicately, though, trained of a thief, and delicate work of pickpocketing, which means he has way into the room through the weak lock. Yeah.
I have shocking news that changes your situation entirely. Oh, no, wait. What am I thinking? The spirits will have told you this already.
I'm not in the necessary state for summoning. The spirits preferred clarity of mind and soul. Please, tell me.
I might have gotten
Lady
this
Craven
wrong.
died in the very next room while you were in here. Did you not hear anything?
What? How? In fact, I did hear noises. That Craven is a very loud man. But I never thought he would do that to his wife.
Well, you claim to be a medium. Perhaps you could ask her spirit why.
What? No, it's too dangerous.
Oh well, at least I can make the dead talk.
Right, let's do evidence first.
Do you realize just how dangerous it is to hold phosphorus in the mouth?
I beg your pardon?
I'll bet it makes your rubber balloons glow impressively in the dark, but you'll regret it when the hypertension and vomiting sets in.
You mock my talents, sir. You shouldn't be so flippant about things beyond your earthly understanding. How ignorant one must be to compare a spirit's ectoplasm with balloons.
It was merely a word of caution. We both know how match factory workers look after several years on the job.
Okay, so I've given him that. That's fair.
This object simply isn't resonating with me.
Let's give... Let's give him the ring.
That's a remarkable pin of yours, Mr. Galici. Does it have any meaning?
The butterfly? It's a reminder of a time in which I was truly happy.
What a coincidence. Lady Craven had a ring with the same design.
A coincidence indeed. I suspect it is a common theme in jewellery.
Alright, tell me about your scratches.
Those scratches on your hands look rather painful. What happened to you?
It was those savage servants. They were so rough bringing me here as if I was trying to escape. When I'm free, I'll demand compensation.
Interesting.
This is all just a big misunderstanding. The spirits confirm it.
Right, we've learnt more about the case. Right. Bring with Moth. Moth reminds me of his happy youth. Right. Let's look at my mind palace then. The lock between the two hotel rooms was weak. Luca could easily pick it. Yes, guaranteed that. Good. What else can I put together in my mind palace? Oh, fresh scratches and the strangle. Yeah, there we go. While Emma left scratches on Luca's hand while fighting for her life. Yeah, so we think that's clear. We're not done yet. There's still other things to do. A thief framed servants and he had to... Let me just see what I get. Oh, here we go. Here's one. Lord Craven can't control his temper. We know that. Rough servants and fresh scratches could also mean two things here. So we need to come out with this. I think Emma scratched Luca and I think Luca did it. There's too many similarities there. And I think whoever killed... I think Luca must have left the diamond beside her body. Then again, that's if Lord Craven killed her, then she would have been disturbed when putting it back. But she was strangled, facing a locked door. These two don't work. Okay. I'm not quite done yet. Let's see what I can find. Nervous. Interesting.
This is all just a big misunderstanding. The spirits confirm it.
Right, let's go back to Lord Craven. And ask him about some of the evidence I can't put together in the Mind Palace. Thief that had stolen from Lord Craven on his trip was setting up servants. How do I know that? Compensation. Let's ask you some questions.
Do something about it, Holmes. I did not do it. You know that.
He's frightened. He's nervous.
So young and so dead.
We need to go and double check this. Yes, of course. He spent time at the bar before coming upstairs. So the people at the bar will be able to give a good testimony. Plus, we can ask whether, what's his face had the problems. They were rough bringing him upstairs. Yeah. Oh, I can quickly pin evidence. You.
Sorry. Maybe a guest noticed him.
Okay, who would notice him? You were quite helpful earlier.
Are you able to help me?
My dear fellow, you're talking to the right man.
There we go. Found a witness who advises that Lord Craven spent only a short amount of time in the bar. Right. So he did only spend a short amount of time in the bar. But he may have gone and argued with this man for the key.
Such a shame that Inspector Placido vanished. I'd feel much safer with him handling this. Such a shame that Inspector Placido vanished. I'd feel much safer.
Right, what have we got in the Mind Palace? Let's see. He spent time at the park, and then he was in the room with Emma. So, logically, the murderer had time to kill Emma while Lord Craven was drinking downstairs. I think that's the case. Rather than Lord Craven had enough time to kill her before they arrived. I don't think it's Craven. He's too easy. Right, Lord Craven's explanation. The body. It's the only thing left.
With him handling this. Such a shame that Inspector Placido vanished. I feel much safer with him.
Let's go back upstairs and see what I can find on the body. I must be missing something there. Hi.
Strangled with bare hands, judging by the bruises.
Right. You.
Do something about it, Holmes. I did not do it.
Let
you
me...
know that. Do something about it, Holmes.
Let me ask you about your testimony.
I did not do it. You know that. Do something about it,
Okay,
Holmes.
you're not going to say anything. Okay.
I did not do it. You know that.
So she had money in here. 4 out of 5. Ah, hold on. We're missing something here.
Virtus audacta sapit. Courage tastes bold. A unique family motto.
Interesting.
Deepens. A victim with a checkered past and poor taste.
Well, that's very interesting. Oh. Those hidden jewels aren't good. Let's ask him about these. Hey. She's got a bunch of hidden jewels. What's the deal?
I found these jewels secreted away. Are you familiar with them?
Ah, it cannot be so. That deceptive wagtail. How could she do this?
He's only annoyed
Sounds
now.
like a yes.
These items were supposedly stolen from us during our trip. I must have spent hours reporting it all to the police. And it turns out she had them all along. The trollop. I'd kill her myself, was she not dead already?
That verifies my thought. She's a thief that works with that seance dude. And I wager they went for a bigger target and then ended up killing each other. See what I can do in the Mind Palace. Emma was stealing and she framed the servants. Emma was a thief. Done. Ah! Luke and Emma have met before and Emma was a thief. Luke could know Emma was a thief if their paths have crossed in the past. Luca would know well of Emma's predilection for thievery. The murderer left the diamond, so the medium, Luca Gallici, could have known that Emma was a thief and that she was trying to frame him for her crime. And because of that, Luca killed. Luca Gallici is a murderer. He couldn't stop himself from killing Emma, even though they could have just told everything to the police. Luca fought for his life, given his checkered past. If they were arrested, he knew nothing would save him from their deaths. He tried to escape. I wager that's what it is. Or he killed her. Luca Gallici is a murderer. He couldn't stop himself from killing Emma, even though they could have just told the police. See, that logic doesn't make sense. Maybe she was hiding the diamond. Craven did have enough. And those scratches came from that. And if that was the case... Craven isn't the murderer. Oh, there's so much just left. Let's go with our deduction. That'll help. He's frightened. And he's an ex-thief who's nervous. The lock, her positioning, it's got to be him.
Luca Gallici, I know you murdered Lady Craven, and I can prove it.
That would be a grand story for the newspapers. But where's your proof? I was locked in here and could not hurt a fly.
Locks can be picked.
Yes, the locked room. Good of you to mention it. I inspected the door between the rooms, and the lock on it is piteous. You could open it with a penknife.
So I am now a burglar, as well as a thief and a murderer?
You knew Emma was a thief.
As for the motive, it's obvious that you deduced that Lady Craven was the real thief. Of course, it helped that this was not your first encounter with Miss Emma.
I am...
Yeah, got him.
I don't know what you're talking about. How on earth can you believe this?
I think the police will easily find the proof when they browse their archives.
And the scratches are damning, dude.
Your wrists are bloodied, and there's no way a servant's manhandling could cause such an injury. It was Lady Craven as you strangled her.
You are fantasizing, Mr. Holmes.
Come on, confess, man.
It is done, Luca. You will be arrested. Your best strategy now is to confess and hope your reasons were justified.
I don't know how you figured it out. But yes, I killed her. I had to. This woman could not get away with ruining my life twice.
Twice?
I knew Emma before she was a lady. I mean, she pretended to be noble back then too. But only so our gang, the Moths, could steal from those snobs. She betrayed us, stole all our money and disappeared, leaving us to rot in jail. I was young. I spent 3 years in that hell.
And tonight, she tried to set you up again. Did she recognize you?
She didn't. I came to her afterwards, pleading that she drop this farce, but she laughed in my face. I just remembered my time in the clink, all I suffered while she indulged. And I grabbed her throat.
You gotta be punished, dude.
Murder is murder, Luca. You could have told Lord Craven the truth and seen Miss Emma's downfall, but you could not restrain yourself.
Yeah.
He would never believe me.
We will never know. Still, perhaps a jury will be more easily swayed. If not, you'll get to see your friends in jail again soon.
He could have easily confessed about this situation.
We'll meet again, Holmes. I will get you, in this life or the next. Get your hands off me.
He murdered the woman who put him in jail. Should we be worried?
Fear not, John. Unlike Miss Emma, I will see him coming.
Very well. Very well indeed. Our first case solved.
That was too much fun, Sherry. I'm buzzing. Buzzing. Wasn't it fun?
A woman died, John. I was too slow to the truth, too hesitant to intervene. How can you...
Oh, lighten up. Those people made their choices. If you swan about with a diamond in your pocket, that's what happens. Wealth is a weakness.
So we must blame those who covet it.
With enough money on the line, Sherlock, a man will do just about anything. Even murder. And then we get to solve it.
I suspect you perhaps cannot grasp the true horrors of mortality, John.
Oi, I am aware of my perilous existence, thank you very much.
I must admit, even if the the outcome of the adventure was imperfect, there was some pleasure to be had in the puzzle.
Well, Cordona seems more depraved and decadent than we thought. I bet you'll get another chance.
A bet, you say?
A figure of speech. Just a figure of speech.
Ah, damn. Well, take one last look at the view, then we must be off. It's time to do what we came here for.
I'm going to say it now, I'm falling in love with this game. This was genuinely amazing. That was our first sort of quest done. I'm 90% sure that John isn't real.
Sherry, I forbid you to spend another night here. The hotel's reputation won't survive a second investigation.
Right. But there we have it. That's a perfect time for me to end, because that was absolutely outstanding. I've loved it. It was a proper detective game. What more do I want? What more do I want? I do not know. Oh. I didn't know I could pulse. Sorry, I just saw these. Eye is wardrobe. Oh, can't wait till I can dress up all sexy and fancy. What a good time it'll be. But yes, that's a perfect time for me to end this episode. So, thank you very much for watching. Much love from me, John, and Sherlock, who's apparently wearing some goddamn good clothes. Weird he's got one sleeve rolled up, but we're just going to ignore it. Anyway, yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time where we'll do the next case. Bye-bye.